Good morning. Today I'm going to teach you how to log into Storyjumper and use Storyjumper to create a book. The first thing you're going to do is go to the login button right up here, and you'll click on that and it will take you to this screen. You'll type in the username and your password, which I have given you. I won't go over what that is right now because we keep that private. Once you've entered the information, you press the login button, and that will take you to a page that looks similar to this page. And what you want to do right now is make a new book. You're going to make your own book, so you want a blank page, a blank book, and you'll click on that. It will load into the first step at Storyjumper. Now you want to start maybe with your front cover instead of your first page. So let's click right down here below the page onto the blue front. You want to click to add a title. Today we're going to be working with the 7 Habits of Happy Kids, starting with our topic of being proactive. So you can call this proactive or something similar to that. You'll type in your name and only your first name. So I'm going to use an example right here. You might decide what picture you want to use later on, but let's go ahead and look right here into props. And maybe you want to be proactive at home. You click on the icon or the image of what you'd like to use for your front cover. Now, you don't want your picture to be up here in the upper left-hand corner, so you'll press on the hand by pressing your mouse button. That picture looks kind of small, so we can enlarge it by moving it and toggling toward making it the size we really want. Okay, so we want to be proactive both at home and at school. I wonder if there's a picture of a school. Not there. Let's go to more props. And you can find that there doesn't seem to be maybe any images here that make sense with school life. But maybe we could find a friend. Okay, so boys and girls want to be friends, and they're not really showing any pictures of people. So perhaps you want to go to make your own person. Choose a picture of a boy or a girl's head. That's kind of fun to do. And so I'll choose this head, and it moves right over into my prop. I'll also choose this one and move it right over into my prop. Now, I do want them to have happy faces, and I'll choose those faces by clicking on the face. Okay, and we're just going to use their heads for now. Okay, so let's close the props. Now, once again, you're going to be clicking on the prop that you want and moving it to where you want on your page. And I chose this, and look how large and odd that looks on that girl's face. So I'm going to have to move that over so it fits her face. Okay. And same thing with this one. It looks like a scary person, but when we adapt the size, that fits much nicer. Okay, so boys and girls want to be proactive at home and in other locations. Maybe I'll use an apple to represent school. Whoop, and I see how I made a mistake. I moved the wrong image, so I can put that right back. Click on the apple and place that below. Okay. Our students. Okay. So now let's go to the dedication page. And maybe we want to dedicate this to, oh, whoop, I misspelled. So I'm going to go back and erase. And I'm just choosing, oh, maybe I don't like that font. So I can choose here to change the font that I'd like to use. And a font is what the type is going to look like. I could make that fancy. I could make it bigger. I could make it bold. I could also change the color. If I don't want to make it black, maybe I want to make it blue. Okay, so to all the boys and girls who are leaders. So remember, we're thinking about being good leaders. Now, this box wasn't large enough, so it forced the last word to go on the line below. Well, what if I want it to be all on the same line? I could make my text box larger. Now, I like the way that looks. That's all I want, and I want to move it down toward the center of the page. And again, maybe I want to click on the apple to represent we are going to be good boys and girls at home and at school. So I'm choosing two images that make me think of that. And actually, we want to be good leaders through all of our community. So I think we'll stick with that for now. Okay, whoops. And this is giving me a challenge because it's wanting to move the text and not the image. So I'm going to have to play with that. And I may want to make this smaller, this space smaller, so I don't have that problem in the future. Okay. So now I can align my objects how I want them to be aligned. So down in the area below, you can see that we have the front cover and the dedication page finished. We want to continue to our first page. On the first page, we're going to be doing a few more things than just props. We actually want to set a scene. So we're going to actually complete our scene image by choosing one of the scenes over here on this side of the page. I can click on the ship's deck. Well, I'm not making a pirate story. That doesn't make sense. Building construction? That doesn't make sense. When I click on it, it changes the image. I don't really like any of those, so let's do more scenes down here. And I'm looking at the scenes and I'm thinking, oh, this is pretty. This has a house and some trees. When I clicked on that, it moved it right into one of my areas where I could choose for my image. There we go. So now I have a picture of a neighborhood. I want to choose a prop for that. And I'm thinking that I would like to have this boy and this girl back in my story. Make that a little bit bigger. And I know it looks odd that they're just the heads, but this is representing our boys and girls at our school. And it's okay if it doesn't quite show a whole body, because we'll do more advanced work later on. So there we go. We've chosen an image to think about how boys and girls can be proactive. And so now I have to think about, well, if I have my image here, and maybe I want my words over here. And words are called text. And so let me make this a little bit bigger, this box right here, to record all the way to the edge. So now I want to use an image or a speech bubble for this image to be able to type in text. Okay, so I'm going to choose this. And what I want to say is, at home, I can be proactive because I help my family clean the house. No one asks for my help. I know I can, clean my room and put my toys away. Okay, now all of that fit in my text box, but let's say it didn't. You'll see that there's this arrow here, or this line, that indicates that it's not fitting. So I can simply pull down to make my text box larger and then click out of the space and all of it will show. Let's say I want to add or change, or in this case, I've made it too small and it will give me a yellow warning that I need to make this box bigger. And so I can do that by finding the square to pull it down. So I hope you have fun making your book today about how to be proactive, but at another time you may want to make a different book. And I hope that you'll enjoy using Storyjumper for creating some fun books. You can be innovative, you can be creative, and be empowered to do this even during your genius hour on Fridays. Thank you. Good luck.